All right. Hi, I'm Cynthia Devers, and I'm the RB Pamplin Professor of Management. I have a Ph.D. from Michigan State University. I'm also a fellow at Oxford University in the Center for Corporate Reputation. And I've just recently been appointed as incoming editor-in-chief of the Journal of Management, and that's a Pamplin elite journal. But importantly, it's a big tent-focused journal, which covers a whole discipline of management. So we're excited about that. My research focuses on corporate governance and the influences corporate governance structures have on firm outcomes. Particularly, I examine executive compensation structures and different forms of compensation and how they affect executive action and perceptions of risk and risk-taking, and also board compensation and board structure on activities such as M&A deals and strategic risk-taking. I also explore corporate reputation, so I'm pretty interested in understanding the effects of how corporate reputation influences CEO and top management behaviors and their interactions with stakeholders. Most recently, however, I've been really doing quite a bit of gender-related research, examining the behavioral differences of male and female executives. So I've long studied executive behavior, but I got interested really specifically in exploring gender-related differences when I started noticing patterns in my data that suggested that firms led by women were engaging in different behaviors than those led by men on some pretty interesting metrics. The problem was, for a while, there were very few, well, there still are very few women, but there were not even enough women to give us any kind of statistical power to study anything. Even today, there are more CEOs in the top US companies named John than there are women CEOs. So let me just say that again. More CEOs named John than there are women CEOs. So it's been a problem to recruit and retain women to the upper echelons of management. Although we've made a bit of progress in the board, about 28% of women are board members, or our boards have women members. Only 11% of executives are women, and less than 5% of CEOs are women. Even more, or maybe just equally problematic, over 1 million women left the workforce during the pandemic and likely will not return. And this is really problematic, as we find in our research that CEOs who are women are less likely to lead their firms into making value-destroying moves, such as risky M&A deals. Firms with women on their boards of directors tend to outperform those without women on their boards of directors. So what I'm doing right now is trying to develop a clearer focus of what's really happening in the upper echelon, trying to understand the factors that are limiting women or scaring women from advancing up into the executive level. 51% of college graduates are women, but we end up with 5% women CEO level. So again, looking at trying to understand what's limiting those kinds of factors and trying to mitigate that.